Hi everyone, welcome to Southern Nights.
My name is Mackenzie Kellum.
My name is Rayanne Garrison Law.
Hi, my name is Dylan Noblitz.
Hi, my name's Ryan.
My name is Mitch Carney.
Hello, my name is William Braun.
My name is Kaylee Ferguson.
Hi, my name is Carrie Stather.
I decided to come to MSSU mostly because of the low price and the distance to my hometown. It's about 2 hours away, so it was a good distance.
I decided to come to MSSU because I was able to get a lot of hands-on work. In the beginning, wasn't like other schools where you may have had to be like a senior or something like that to really get in on the ground on production work and things like that.
Why I decided to come to MSSU, it was a local spot and is a university that my teachers back in high school recommended to me. Plus it being local means I could stay in touch with my friends and family. I wouldn't have to have that long goodbye.
I originally decided to come to Southern because it was originally the plan I was going to be a gen ed major, then transfer for a film degree. Then a few convincing words told me otherwise, and I stayed in the comm department.
Why I chose MSSU is because I just really liked the campus. I came here and visited. I didn't really have any high expectations, and I came here and I was super impressed. Whenever I came here, they showed me, the studios here and the chart room and some of those other things. And I was just super impressed with what they had, and I knew that this was the school for me. Whenever I left, I was like, this is the place I need to go to further my education.
What made me decide to come to MSSU? There was a variety of reasons. Low tuition. I like the idea that it's in my backyard. I was able to have a good work-life, school, personal balance between friends and family, and also get an awesome education right here from where I'm from.
I decided to come to Missouri Southern, one, because it was close to my hometown, so it just made a little bit of an easier transition from high school to college. And then I also originally came here to get a degree in education, and they had a really good education program. That's not what I ended up doing, but I'm still glad that I came here nonetheless.
What made me decide to come to Missouri Southern is it's family ties. My mom, my dad met here back in the 90s. My sister came here, so it only seemed right to continue the Stather tradition.
And I chose to major in communications because I originally wanted to be a public speaker, and I thought communications would give me a broad enough experience to be able to do that.
I chose my major because I'm really passionate about film work and communication as a whole, and you can be pretty creative with all of that.
Why communications? Well, when I started back in sophomore year of high school, a friend of mine that was 1 year ahead of me recommended taking a TV production class because it was super fun with his friends. So me and my buddies got into it, and it was easily the best class of that year, and I stuck with it all the way till my senior year. Since then, got to my senior year, I asked my teacher at the time, what kind of degree it would look like for me doing this work in the future. And he said mass communication, so that's what I went with.
And I stayed in the comm department because of the words. It's not where you get your degree, that doesn't matter. It's how you utilize it, how you use what you learn, that gets you ahead in where you want to go. They resonated with me, that's why I'm here.
The reason I chose communication was originally because I was really into sports, so I wanted to be like a sports broadcaster or write about the Kansas City Chiefs or something like that. But as I got in here, I realized that communication was so much more than just writing for sports or public relations. There's how do we communicate with people in the workplace and life and stuff. So I feel like communications was a really good choice for me to further my career, and I'm really excited for what it'll bring me in the future.
Why communication as my major? A variety. I think it's a unique field that's very specialized but broad enough. There's several opportunities versus limiting myself to maybe one field that I'm not sure that down the line would be up my alley.
I chose communications. I took oral communication, of course, because it's a required course that you take through the university, and I just really enjoyed it. I had Natalie Grayku, and she was just really fun and bubbly. And when I decided that education wasn't the course I wanted to take with my life, I kind of thought back about the classes that I did enjoy, and communication was one of them. So I took a few more classes, and I just really fell in love with it.
I chose to be a comm major. After my first semester of being a business major, I wanted to have a change of pace, and so public relations definitely was a change of pace for marketing, and I stuck with it, and I'm really happy I did.
My advisor was Natalie Grayku, and I loved working with her. She always knew exactly what I needed to hear, whether to help me get through stressful weeks or help me figure out what I need to take in the coming semesters, and she was just super great to work with.
My advisor is Tennyson Williams. He's fairly new here, and he wasn't always my advisor, but from the work that I've done with him, he's a really good advisor.
I actually had 3 advisors since I've been here at Missouri Southern. First one was Keisa Clark, and she was my advisor for about a year. And then I had Dr. Kim, not the one we have currently. There was another Dr. Kim before him, and she was, again, for about a year. Then I've had Tennyson Williams for the last remainder of mine. So they've all done a great job, though.
My advisors, so I had 6. So number 6 currently is Tennyson. Thankfully I got to choose this one, and he's been a good help with my last few semesters, thankfully.
My advisor was Ward Bryant. You know, me and him have a pretty good relationship. It was really fun. He's always really interesting to talk to. Always gave me some great advice. He was always, you know, really cared about where I was going and how I was doing with school and within life in general.
Who was my advisor? I actually had several. I've had Faustina Abrahams, Natalie Grayku, Shayna Slavings, and then Miles. They've all been good, and I've had them through different parts of my time here at Southern. They've taken time to be interested in what I'm trying to do and make sure that I'm on track to graduate, as well as listen to what my needs are. So you guys have really good advisors here that care about the students.
My advisor actually ended up being Natalie Grayku, and then whenever she left, I was placed with Miles Sari, so it was a lot of fun.
My first advisor whenever I came here was Kelly Larson, which was a fun experience for most who've known him. He was my advisor for, I remember his last year here, and then ever since then I've had Bryant Ward. Both of them have done a good job of helping me as an advisor, and if I had them in class as a teacher and professor.
My favorite memory from coming to Missouri Southern was when I got to study abroad in Germany for a couple weeks my freshman year. We did a lot of exploring around the city, and also I learned a lot about different computer programs, and it was just a super great experience.
My favorite memory would have to be Larson's class. He's not here anymore, but all of his classes were pretty fun, and he had this kind of like dry sense of humor that you really had to get. And he was just really cool.
My favorite memories here at Missouri Southern would definitely have to be doing the basketball games. Football games were fun too, but the basketball games were just a lot more comfortable. And being inside during one of the games, we had a very long break. We don't exactly know what was happening, but the judges were talking. And I remember putting this one student on camera. He had no idea he was being on camera because he was on the giant screens up above, and he was dancing to the music, just being a goofball. It took him a good couple of minutes to realize he was on camera, and when he did, he just shot back down into the crowd screaming, and it was super funny for everyone around him.
I'd say some of my favorite memories are working in the studio, but one that sticks out to me the most is when I was doing the video production final with Dexter and Parker a semester or so back, and Dexter decided to fumble the cookies that we were doing for our episode, and that's always going to stick with me as I leave.
Some of my favorite memories is working in the radio station here and in hosting my own show called, excuse me, sorry, it's been a second. It was called The Jungle, and it was with me and Trey. And me and Trey would just talk about Missouri Southern sports. We would talk about national sports, and we would talk about that. And we actually ended up winning an award for it. It was the best student talk show, sports show in the NBA. And so that was really cool. We got an award. Our certificate is here somewhere in the halls. So that was really cool, really fun. And then I also really enjoyed calling play-by-play for the football team here at Missouri Southern. We actually called one of the games that was one of their first games they've won in like a long time, and that was super exciting. That booth was just going crazy. We heard yelling, all the fans were cheering, and just to be a part of that, to be a part of Missouri Southern football's history right there was really fun and interesting.
Favorite memories. There's been a lot over the years, so it's kind of hard to limit that to just a few. Definitely meeting people from all over the world is very intriguing to me. Right here, once again, in my own backyard, a world-class education in Joplin, Missouri is hard to beat when I think about it. I've met people all different walks of life, religions, culture, diversity, orientations. It's pretty fascinating when I think about that, and been a lot. I'm grateful for it. Beyond that, just being a senior, knowing that I've got to the end of the road and overcame the challenges. There was a lot of anxiety here and there over the years, but just being here now is a memory I'm trying to enjoy.
A lot of my favorite memories just revolve around joining the clubs and organizations that were around. I helped out with the TV practicum a little bit, and the CHAR, and the PR practicum, and just getting involved and getting that hands-on experience. And also just kind of getting to know the professors more one-on-one in those smaller class settings was a lot of fun and made for a lot of really good memories.
Favorite memories I've had of being in the common department has probably been just sitting in class and hearing fun stories about common law with Mr. Ward, and just how interesting it's progressed, and just everything about the field, how rapidly it's growing and increasing in popularity and in demand. It's probably one of my favorite memories throughout my whole time, really. It's just that.
After I graduate, I am interested in getting into the publishing industry. I'm also majoring in English, so it's a good combination of everything that I've learned here during my time at Missouri Southern.
Plans for after graduation is going into some kind of video marketing or being a video editor somewhere in some company. I don't really have a specific place lined out right now.
Plans after graduating, most direct plan would definitely be going on vacation. I really haven't taken a big one since starting college. I didn't take a year off when I graduated high school, so I've saved up and I'm going to go down to Sanibel Island, which is right next to Fort Myers. It's the best place in Florida to get seashells, and it'll be in February, so it's the off-season of tourism. Plenty of restaurants down there, nature preserves to go wander around in, so I'm really looking forward to it.
My big plans for after I graduate is mostly I'm going to start focusing on getting married, because I promised my dad I would wait till after I graduated for insurance, and I promised my fiance that once I was graduated we would start working on it, because I couldn't do both of them at once. So that's part of it, and then eventually start working on finding jobs out in California for my desired job of going into film, and hopefully one day having my name in the opening credits of a big blockbuster film.
My plans for graduation is I'm going to be moving up to Kansas City. I got a job as an area manager for Amazon, so I'm going to be working for them. They said they really liked that I had some background in communication, because as managers you need to be able to communicate with people. So they really liked that I had a degree in that, and then also I had some good experience to help me with it.
Plans for after graduating. I want to relax for a bit and digest everything and enjoy it, kind of like I just said a second ago. Sometimes people get anxious and make an irrational decision, but I want to celebrate and think about everything I've accomplished before I move forward in life to wherever I go and whatever I do.
After graduation, I really don't have any set plans at the moment. I'm applying, so if you're looking to hire somebody, let me know. But no, that's what I think I love about my degree. There's so much that you can do with it, and I think that's what's making it difficult, is that I don't know what path I want to go down, because there's so many options that I love.
Plans after graduation, I've already done one. I've got a full-time job right now in the athletics department here at Southern, and my plan is to do graduate work for a year and a half and then probably get out of here and see what I can make of myself, and to grow and influence the next generation of comm practitioners at Southern and wherever I end up.
I think for words of wisdom, I would just say that it's important that in college, learning what you want to do is equally as important as learning what you don't want to do. So taking a class that you hate is just as important as taking a class you love, because you figure out what path you don't want to go down, and that helps you eventually figure out what you do want to do with your life.
And some last remarks would just be, don't be afraid to get involved. You're not going to know what you're into and what you're not into if you don't experiment with clubs on campus or anything like that. So I would definitely suggest to get involved as much as you can.
Any last remarks for words of wisdom? If you're a communications major, things you always want to keep on you is a flash drive of at least 64 gigabytes, a SD card of at least 32 gigabytes, and just make yourself indispensable. Get yourself early on with the teachers, with the professors, get to know them, they'll get to know you, and then you'll be the first one on their mind when they need something done. And that just helps you build experience, and pretty soon the big stuff comes easy.
My last remarks is enjoy it while you can. It honestly went by faster for me than high school. Make as many friends as you can, because those friendships will stick with you more than they will than those you haven't made in high school. And once again, it's not about where you get your degree. It's not how you get it. It's how you utilize what you learn. Like here we have the FCC certified station, so utilizing that to get where you want to go is more important.
Some of my last remarks or words of wisdom for upcoming students or students that are still in the program is to just get involved. It's great to go to classes, and get that, and get your education, but the best things for you is to get involved, such as the chart, KXMS, or even the TV station here. If you get involved, your resume is going to look really good, and it's just going to help you out in the future. Thank you.
Last remarks, words of wisdom. Have fun with it. Have a good work-life balance, friends, family. The more overall healthy life you can have outside of school will only enhance your study. Enjoy it, because it will pass. And don't quit. If you don't quit, you will get there and you'll graduate, and you'll never regret that. And move forward with your life and have fun and do your best. Thanks, MSSU.
If I have any last remarks, it would just be get involved. I think that in our department we have so many extracurriculars, clubs, organizations, and so much to offer. And then even just on the campus as well, I was honored to be a part of a sorority, and then within that I was able to go on and join things like Greek Council and Omicron Delta Kappa, and just really get involved. And I think it helped me just enjoy my college experience that much more, and even get to use like the stuff that I learned in my classes and apply it to real life situations. So it's a lot of fun.
Some words of wisdom I'd like to give to everybody is, no matter how crazy it may seem, it just gets crazier. So buckle in, get your chin strapped real tight, and enjoy the ride, because it goes by a lot faster than anything else you've ever experienced in your life. Have fun. It's a blast.
Hi, I'm Judy Stiles. I'm the General Manager of KGCS TV. I came to Missouri Southern in April of 1986. At that time, I was the Community Service Director for both the radio station and the television station on campus. And I have been in many positions, moving up to General Manager of the station. And it's one of the great things about working at Missouri Southern, of course, is working with the students, being able to see their work, to encourage them, and then obviously see the successful graduates go on and succeed in their field and pursue what their interests are. Missouri Southern's offered this opportunity for students to have hands-on experience since the beginning with television, and it's continuing today. So I hope that continues for many years to come. Part of that has been involved with students through the student organizations. We used to have an organization called the National Broadcasting Society. Today we have the Southern Broadcasters Club. And that's a great way for students to get hands-on experience, but also to work with each other, the teamwork that's involved, whether they're doing productions or planning programs or supporting each other and covering homecoming or some of the different productions we have for the television station. Student involvement is a key to success, and I've seen many of our graduates who are out there working now as alumni successful, and I remember them having that hands-on, doing the work while they were here as students. So work hard and get involved.